What is the general formula to find the sum of polygons? N minus 2 times 180. And this is the formula that can give you the total sum of all of the pieces on the inside. So if it's 5 pieces, okay, there would be 5 angles. If it's 10 pieces, there's 10 angles. And essentially you're adding them all up and then it gives you all the angles. Okay, so that's the theorem. So what we're going to be doing today is figuring out how can we find, because shapes that are, what do you want to call it? Symmetrical. So like a square, right? We know that a square, this is 90, this is 90, this is 90, this is 90. And pentagons, okay, they're all going to be the same because it's a congruent sides of a pentagon. But not all shapes are. If you look at this one, right, it's not the same for each one. And the reason is that the shape is odd shaped. Okay, so it says to start, determine the sum of the angles using the polygon angle sum theorem. Okay, so we have n minus 2 times 180. How many sides are on this first one?
6.
6. Okay, so we can plug in 6 minus 2 times 180. So we're going to get 720. Okay, so what this is saying is this entire polygon adds up to, the interior angles adds up to 720 degrees. Okay, with this side, this side, this side, this side, this side. Okay, now it wants you to write an equation relating each to the interior angles to the sum of the angles. So we could say, it is fair to say 110 degrees plus 108 degrees plus, we have another angle of 143 degrees, plus 122 degrees, plus 156 degrees, plus n. Okay, all I'm doing is taking this one, plus 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 this one, for all 6 interior angles. And what should that sum up to be? What should it equal? Huh? 720. Okay, and so what is n? How do we figure out what n is?
Add them all up together and then minus them by 740.
Yeah, so we could say 110 plus 108 plus 143 plus 122 plus 56. Okay, for all of these, it adds up to be 639 degrees plus n degrees equals 720 degrees. Okay, so I combine all these other little ones together. Okay, so now how can I figure out what is n? I got 639 plus n equals 720.
Minus 639.
Minus 639 on both sides. Oh, 720 minus 639 is 81. What is 81 degrees? N. Yeah, it's this missing angle, okay? So n degrees is really 81 degrees. And you could fill this one in as being 81 right here. It's 81 degrees. Okay, so you can use the polyangle sum to figure out any particular angle as long as you have all of the other ones, or if you know they're congruent. Okay, so for the most part, you should be able to tell on these what's happening. So look at the very first one. Okay, so we have, it looks like maybe a square, but it's kind of crooked. Okay, and so it's going to have how many sides?
4.
Yeah, it's got 4 sides, so we can say 4 minus 2, close parentheses, times 180. What's 4 minus 2?
6.
4 minus 2.
2. Sorry, black.
So 2 times 180 is 360. So what is 360?
The overall.
It's the overall shape. That's how many degrees the overall shape is total. So So this thing total has an interior sum of 360 degrees. So now I have n degrees, 44 degrees, 37 degrees, and 152. Okay, we know the whole total all. So you could say n degrees plus 37 degrees plus 152 degrees plus 44 degrees. It has 4 sides, it has 4 interior angles. And what do they sum up to be?
233.
No.
Yeah.
No.
360.
360.
Oh, well, I was getting the one without the N.
Oh, okay. Then that makes, I'm like, no, it doesn't. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so we could add up all these other ones, the 37, the 152, and the 44 to give me n degrees plus, what'd you say, 233? 233 degrees equals 360 degrees. Okay, so I have n plus 33 equals 360.
Minus the 33.
Minus 233 on both sides. So n degrees equals 127 degrees. Okay, so we know that one angle is, it has to be 127. Okay, so you could fill it in up here, instead of saying 360, it is really 127 degrees.
Why are there so many sides?
I know.
There is no way I'm gonna be able to get butt on this.
Yes, you are. You're fine. Maybe not without a negative attitude. Okay, look at the next one. So we have 3. It has 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, 4 side, 5 side. So how are we going to set that up?
5 minus 2.
5 minus 2 times 180. What is 5 minus 2? 3. So it's going to be 3 times 180, which is something. So 540. What is 540?
The total overall angle.
Yeah, it's the sum of all the angles on the inside. Should add up to be 540 degrees. Okay, now we have the side, so I know I got 110 degrees. Plus, another side looks like a square. What's a square mean? 90. Okay, so this one is 90 degrees. Right here, this is a square, it means 90 degrees. Plus 120 degrees. Plus 150 degrees. Plus what?
And
Yeah, we can label it in. There's nothing labeled there. Okay, so the one that right here, it doesn't really have anything by that y. You can call it n if you want to. So plus n degrees is going to equal what? What does it equal? 540. Okay, and so we can add all of the ones up on the left side. So 110 plus 90 plus 120 plus 150. And for that, you're going to get 470 degrees plus n degrees equals 540 degrees. Okay, so 470 plus n equals 540. So what do I do?
from both sides.
Minus 470 from both sides. Okay, so I have n degrees equals 540 degrees minus 470 degrees is 70 degrees. So what is 70 degrees?
And
Yeah, it's n. Okay, so you could fill it in up here. This one is going to be 70 degrees. Can I scroll?